I didn't come into my own, understand my talent, that is, until after I lost my faith in God. And once I let that go, fucking carte blanche. Wrote it in my diary, fortifying it, went outside and took control of my destiny. I burnt our white trash trailer down, thinking if we didn't have a home, well, the authorities of Sunday Fucktown would have to give us a home. I was 12. Filled 2 bottles with gas, stuffed them with cloth, told the mother to put the things she prized in a suitcase. She refused. I lit the Molotov cocktail, wind up, pitch, boom, boom, 4th of July. She shot out like a rabbit from its burrow, suitcase in hand. Trailer was enveloped. Blue-orange blaze, lighting up the night sky. 10 minutes later, the only thing left was its rubber wheels. Mother standing in shock. What kind of dumbass thing have you done now, Augustine? I turned her towards me, punched her in the eye, boom. I ruffled her hair, used the ash from the burnt down trailer, blackened her face. Oh, sun rose. Took her hand and suitcase to the welfare office. On the way, I educated her in my thinking. In the main door, she plays along. My trailer burnt down. I have to feed my boy, and me beside her, squeezing her hand. Forlorn. Like some lost soul. It engendered the expected pity from all sides, and accordingly, as envisioned, moved us up the housing list, number 1. It was worth the black eye, she understood, because 2 weeks later, we were sitting in a comfortable Section 8 looking out over the river. Do you see? Do you see? I realize now, I had this talent for deception.
There was an article in Slate not too long ago. Some scientists had done some research on atheists, and they found American atheists were more depressed, less generous, meaner than their more spiritual brethren.
You're kidding me.
No, not at all. And the writer was...
But European atheists were...
European atheists... Well, here's the interesting thing.
There's a longer history of it.
Yes. Yes, and Swedish atheists, atheists in Denmark were not as negative as Americans.
Yeah, very happy with their choice.
Yeah, and the writer was positing that it was because in Europe, if you're an atheist, you can still be a member of community. Whereas in the United States, since communities are more religious-based, atheists are excluded. And I'm wondering if that applies to Augustine at all. Am I overthinking this?
Yeah, but it's a damn good question, though. I mean, certainly Augustine is from a rural area where you would think that the only, one of the few gathering places of anybody would be in the church. But also, as you saw, Augustine describes, I won't go through it all, but he was on the theism train for a little while, and then he got disappointed with it when he was a boy, and then switched. Everybody, it's funny, it always seems like somebody's on the train for a little while and then gets off, or somebody's off and then gets on later in life or something. We're always looking around, aren't we? And a couple of my atheist friends were took offense at the fact that it seemed to, be colliding atheism with amoralism or a lack of compassion to humanity and stuff like that. I thought it was pretty interesting because, obviously the ones I know are very compassionate and they just don't believe in God. So, yeah, but Augustine, like I say, Augustine, the guy playing the play, he just begins there, and I think he seems to go out of his way to make a strong effort to connect the two. If you don't believe in God, if you don't have a soul, then it's going to be an easier time for you. But as we see as the play goes along, it doesn't seem to be working that well for him. He behaves as if it's working well, but it's not.
Stage or screen?
What about it?
Which one?
Which is better?
Which do you prefer? Which do you prefer?
Well, I never know how to answer it. I mean, you know, all actors are relatively caught up in their own desire for self-gratification or praise in some way. And there's nothing like the theater to either take that away from you or give it to you immediately, because you get it right away. And that's, you know, that's how I learned, and I just think that's the most rewarding thing on earth, you know. And I don't just mean me. I mean, you know, if you're in something and it's great. And, I mean, this is weird. I've never done a one-person play, so it's just me and the production and the text, and that's it. And then I have the audience, and they're my only colleagues, and that's weird. But I love it because and they change every night. It's fascinating. I mean, some people don't buy it, some people love it, some people think it's funny, some people think it's serious, and every night I have to adjust to that. In film, you know, the old joke is, you know, the crew laughs once, and then, you know, they've seen it. So it's very difficult to monitor or gauge, like, what effect you're having, and then you're going to be all chopped up in music and stuff like that. So, you know, you feel much less a part of it in a strange way. Having said that, though, film can be so, you know, rewarding, and, you know, you can also kind of think you're bad and then go watch it and think, wow, holy shit, this is amazing, or, you know, look how cool this turned out. Or so that's more of a, to me, that's more of a trip. You know what I mean? And theater is more of like being at home in your home workplace or something. That was a good tag.
I think we leave it at that.
I enter Wallace's office, Augustine Early. I say, I'm from the Tribune, although you probably recognize me from Jenny's bathroom. He looks away. I got it. Do you own that camera? I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'll go to the police. No. I could do all the bullshit, verbal playing around, but bottom line, he gets all politico. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. I can give you money, lots of money, for the love of God. I say, I am the way I am because of God. No difference between him and Mary fucking Poppins, if you ask me, so I wouldn't put much faith in him. But if you get me a full-time job at the Tribune, then I'll call in a favor. Excellent. Not everything is in the interests of the public, Mr. Congressman. Exactly, Augustine. Can I call you Augustine? Of course. The other thing, Mr. Congressman, having you by the short and curly is worth a deal more than dangling you in the press for one slap on the back headline. I want lots of headlines, not money, headlines, which congressional access should furnish. Dig? Symbiotic. I won't write or go to the police, I promise you that. I just want your story. I want to know why you do it. I want all the info, the nitty-gritty, for a fiction piece, a book. You have what I need to write a bestseller. Politics, pornography, and power. It's a thriller. Of course your name won't be used, and the camera, leave it there. Enjoy yourself.